Getting a website online has become genuinely easy lately. With AI tools and no-code builders, you can put something together in an afternoon that used to take weeks. But once it's live, there's a question that doesn't get asked enough. How do you actually know what's wrong with it? When you're the person who built it, you already understand how everything works. So it's incredibly easy to miss small UX problems, confusing copy, layout inconsistencies, or accessibility gaps that a brand new visitor would notice immediately. So today I want to take a website I already have, run it through an AI tool called Floto AI, see what it actually finds, and then use that feedback to make real improvements. This is a simple calculator site I put together. It's got an age calculator, a BMI calculator, height calculator, a regular calculator, and a scientific calculator. Nothing fancy, it works. All the calculators do their job. But visually and structurally, I know it's not as polished as it could be, and I honestly don't know exactly where the weak points are, so let's find out. I'll head over to Chrome search for Floto AI and open the official site. Floto is basically an AI feedback tool that audits usability, copy, and accessibility, either inside Figma or directly on a live website through a Chrome extension, which is exactly what I need since I'm working with something that's already published. I'll get the Chrome extension, which drops me straight into the Chrome Web Store, and from there it's a normal install. Confirm the permissions, and Floto gets added to the browser. Now I'll open the Floto AI extension to get it set up. I'll sign in with Google, and then it walks me through a short onboarding, just my name, my role, where I'm coming from, that kind of thing, nothing that takes long. Once I confirm that, there's a short setup process while it gets everything ready, and then Floto AI is connected and ready to actually look at something. So I'll go back to my calculator site and make sure the extension is active on this tab. There are a few different things it can do here. Design audits, comparing a live page against an original design file, a few other testing workflows, but what I actually want right now is the simplest one. Scan this exact page as it exists right now. While the scan runs, it's worth saying what's actually happening. It's not evaluating a mockup or a file somewhere. It's looking at the live rendered website, the same version any visitor would land on. And that's really the point of this whole video. Not is this website broken, because it isn't, it works fine. But what am I not seeing because I built it myself and I'm used to it? After a moment, the scan finishes and the results come in. Issues get grouped by how serious they are. Critical, major, minor, and then some lighter suggestions. And they touch on things like typography, layout, consistency, accessibility, and copy. Looking through what it actually flagged, nothing here is an obvious disaster. That's kind of the whole point. These aren't the kind of problems you'd catch scrolling through your own site for the 10th time. It's smaller stuff individually, but it adds up to a site that feels less considered than it could. I'll download the full audit as a PDF so I have the complete breakdown, not just what's on screen, and opening it up, it lays everything out clearly, which is honestly more useful than trying to eyeball my own judgment and guess what matters. Now here's the part I think is the most useful piece of this whole workflow. Instead of me reading through every single issue and manually figuring out how to phrase it as an instruction, Floto has a full fix prompt option. I'll click that, and it generates one structured prompt that covers everything the audit found, written in a way that's meant to be handed straight to an AI tool. To be clear, Floto isn't rewriting my website itself here. I still have to take this prompt somewhere, but it's done the hard part, which is translating a list of UX issues into something actionable. So I'll switch back over to the AI tool I originally used to create this calculator website and paste the fix prompt in exactly as Floto generated it. Now it's just a matter of waiting while it processes everything and regenerates the site based on that feedback. And this is really the loop that makes the whole thing work. Floto finds the problems, explains why they matter, packages it into a fix prompt. I hand that to the tool that built the site, and the site actually improves. It's not me guessing it fixes. It's feedback turning directly into changes. Once it's done, let's open up the new version. And okay, look at the difference here. The layout is cleaner, the hierarchy actually makes sense at a glance, the spacing doesn't feel cramped, and the calculator cards themselves are way easier to scan. Let me run the age calculator quickly just to show it still works exactly the way it should, and the BMI calculator too. So it's not just a visual reskin, the functionality is untouched. It's just presented in a way that's genuinely easier to use. Same with the height, regular, and scientific calculators. Same tools, much better presentation. This is much cleaner, the hierarchy makes more sense, and everything is laid out in a way that feels intentional instead of just functional. And honestly, that's the actual takeaway here, more than any specific issue Floto caught. The workflow itself is what matters. You start with something that already exists. You audit it. You find the things you'd never catch on your own. You get a clear explanation of why they're issues. You turn that into an actual fix prompt. You send it back to whatever tool you're building with, and you end up with something noticeably more polished. That matters more right now than it used to, because building fast with AI means it's easy to move on before really checking what you shipped. It doesn't mean anything built with AI is bad by default. It just means an extra layer of feedback catches things speed alone doesn't. Quickly on cost, since people usually ask. The free plan gives you 200 credits a week, which is plenty to try this out properly. If you end up using it regularly, there's a pro plan at $10 a month with 1,500 credits, no rate limits, and the option to buy extra credit packs if you need them. So it scales pretty naturally once this becomes part of your normal process. Getting a website online is one thing. Knowing what you actually missed is a completely different thing. What I like about this workflow is that I can take something that already exists, get a real second layer of feedback on it, turn that feedback into actual changes, and end up with a better result instead of just assuming it was already good enough. If you're building or shipping anything right now, it's worth running it through Floto AI once. You might be surprised by what it finds. Links in the description.